It is extraordinarily late here at Poker House Fort Worth, but we are down to the final table of the ladies tournament. As you can see, they're getting the chip stacks and everything set up. Couldn't go without showing you this final table. This has been an amazing tournament. Over 30 entries in this ladies event.
On the right.
Dealer Paul in the box, getting ready to kick off this final table. Almost $1,000 up top for first place in this tournament. As we get everything all set up, seeing some people tuning in already. Love to see it. I know it's late. It is late, but I wanted to bring this final table to you guys. We have had a fantastic tournament for our ladies 1K guaranteed event. I've been stuck dealing this tournament. We had an amazingly packed house tonight here at Poker House Fort Worth. We had 3 tournament tables, 3 cash game tables, including DJ's game. As you get your first look around the table here, folds around to Shar, Ace, Jack, suited. You can raise up to 21,000, and that's going to immediately get that one done. As Winter doesn't wake up with anything there either. It says hand number 2, but that's just a live stream. These ladies have been playing since 7 o'clock. About 5 hours on this tournament. Stacy are going to make the call with the 6-4 of diamonds. D-Brett making the call as well. Shar going to make the call with the Queen 7 suited, and Cheryl waking up with pocket kings here in the small blind. Raise it up to 30, big raise. And I think that's going to get all the way through there, so Cheryl picking up some uncontested money there with the pocket kings. Lots of these ladies first time on stream. So we've got Sonia in the chip leader with a little over 400,000. D-Brat 300K, Cheryl 270, Winner 187. Naily. I think it's Naily. She told me and I completely forgot. 175,000 for her. Cher sitting at 147. TJ Max 118,000. Stacy and Terry both needing to look for a double up here pretty quick. The blinds are still pretty comparable. These ladies definitely have some time to play. We'll be honest that the turnout and chips in play were pretty significant, well beyond our expectations, and so we're not going to complain. Super excited about it. Can't wait to do this again. I see a few of you night owls there on Facebook and YouTube. Thanks for tuning in to see these ladies take this one down. You can barely see the trophy there. There's a trophy that says Poker House Ladies Tournament. Got a small little trophy for these ladies tonight. Sort of an inaugural women's poker tournament. D-Brat will get up with pocket eights, rising up to 16,000. Not much else in the field all the way around. Terry going to make the call in the big blind. Half price for her to see a flop with King 9, 2 overs. Queen 9 tray. Terry taking that second pair. We'll see if D-Brat wants to continue. She does. She gets a blue chip over 25,000. Second pair going to be good enough here for Terry. Now she's going to lay that one down. So D-Brat taking that pot down. Once again, had a fantastic turnout for this ladies event. These ladies chip stacks are incredibly deep, and there's not just a whole lot we can do about it, but these ladies are definitely enjoying themselves. It's definitely been a fun night here at Poker House Fort Worth. Quite a bit of participation, quite a bit of action. It's been a lot of fun. Sonia going to fold her hand. Char folds hers all the way over to Cheryl in the middle position on the call with Queen 10 offsuit. Folds all the way around to D-Brat, who's just going to check her option. 5-9-4 on this flop. D-Brat going to C-bet here. Cheryl not catching anything on this flop. She continues along anyway. Okay. D-Brat going to fire again. And Cheryl's going to finally give up on that one. Trying to see it through with a couple overcards. Don't blame her. Plenty of chips still in play. Cher here under the gun, going to lay it down. Her 7-4 suited. No one really picking up anything. Had some pocket kings uncontested. Oh, here you go. TJ Maxx can call 8,000 with her 6-5 of hearts. Naily. Ace queen offsuit. See what she's reaching for. She's going to raise it up 26,000. Big raise there. Stacy on the button. Looking down at ace jack. Going to lay that one down. Good lay down there by Stacy. A lot of people might call with that ace there, knowing that it might not be any good than ace king or an ace queen. TJ Maxx, she wants to see a flopper. She's got a little over 100,000 in chips. Pretty good chunk of a raise here of her chips. But she wants to stick with it and see a flop here with the 6-5 of hearts. Pretty sneaky little hand here. Let's see if it pays off for her. Deuce 9-8. No help to either player. Gut shot for TJ Maxx. Naley still in the lead with the ace queen. Look at her stoic. Just sitting there unmoving. That's a mark of a poker player there. TJ maybe, well, she looks like she act like she's going to bet, but go ahead and check. Now Naley, let's see if she wants to c-bet here. She does check. Tries to see a good turn there. King's going to be more within her range, but that's going to give TJ Maxx the flush draw, so she may... Yeah, TJ's going to actually bet this one out all in. Yep, and there goes Naley. Good bet there by TJ. She definitely picked up some equity there, sense of weakness, took a shot on that king, and luckily it did not hit Naley there, and it was able to take that one away, adding to her chip stack. Much needed there for TJ. Puts her up over the 150,000 mark. Stacy and Terry needing to find something here. The blinds are going to get worse pretty quick. Several ways to a flop here. King 8-5. Rainbow flop here. TJ Maxx with the ace king. Gonna see bet this one on. Naley with the king as well, but unfortunately out-kicked there by the ace king of TJ Maxx. D-Brad looking for 3, not gonna find one there. Sonia's bottom pair gets out of the way. Cher's going to get out of the way, so interesting one here. A diamond could keep her alive, but it does not. So Naley here, we'll see if she... It'll be hard for her to lay down top pair here. Both players middle to low stacked comparatively to the rest of the table. TJ's going to continue on here. Naley immediately reaching for chips. 24,000. Hard to get away from King Queen in this spot. And in fact, she's counting on some raising chips here. Yeah, she does. She min clicks her back, and I don't hate the move, but the problem is she's kind of committing herself to being all in here, putting this much in her stack. But will TJ give her credit for the straight here? The 7 is a gut shot. So, will TJ try to get away, maybe find a way to lay this one down, but it's so hard with the ace-king. I just don't know with the short stack, and the pot's so large comparatively, I don't think you can really fold here ever. And she does just make the call. So that's going to send some red flags there for Naley. And I think if you get an uncoordinated spade or an uncoordinated straight card here, we could see it all go in. Yeah, that's going to be a board pairing 7. TJ's going to check it there, and Naley's going to go all in, and I just don't think Naley has enough to get TJ to fold, and TJ's committed too much of her stack here. So Naley making a great move, seemed like a strong hand, but unless TJ can find a way to lay down ace king here and just give her credit for a 7 or a straight. But again, there's so much in the pot that TJ's committed here. I don't know if she can lay this one down. I don't know if she's supposed to lay this one down, to be honest with you. I don't think she can at this point. She's got 72 behind, which is still almost 10 bigs. So you could see yourself making a comeback with the 72K, but she's just giving Naley credit for the straight. And if she was just maybe on a flush draw that missed, or maybe put her on a 7, either way, she's definitely put TJ in the blender here. See what she decides to do with this one. Tough call either way. Maley never bluffing here, which is definitely at the bottom of her range with this kind of betting. I just feel like TJ might have too much committed to lay this down, but she's definitely thinking longer about it than I could have. And she lays it down. Maley gets it through. TJ going to be heartbroken on that one when she sees that played back on stream. That was a huge, huge pot that she's going to want back on that one. So Maley representing a lot more than she had. And that's going to move her towards the top of the pack with that big pot there. And that'll be one that TJ wants back. So TJ, it's tough to put your tournament life on the line with just top. So I definitely don't hate the fold. I understand the thought process. You've been playing for quite a while, and $1,000 up top. At the end of the day, she only had a top pair. Terry, middle position, has found herself some chips to go in with King Queen off suit. All in for her, 39,000. D-Brat looking down at ace-8 offsuit. She's got 340,000 in chips. She's definitely got the spare change to make the call. Looks like she does make the call. And Sonia wakes up right behind Pocket Jack's. Going to give her some insurance here. Looks like she grabbed raising chips. Yeah, 100,000. And share Pocket 7s. Can't do it with that much action in front of you. Folds back around to D-Brat. She's going to go said, okay, you knock her out then. So we're going to see Terry at risk with the King Queen offsuit. Sonia Pocket Jacks. Sonia trying to dodge a king or a queen. Terry wanting to hit a king or a queen to stay alive here in this ladies tournament. And Paul putting out the flop of 10, 10, 8. Safe so far for Sonia. King or a queen for Terry. 6 on the turn, no help. King or a queen, or we're going to lose Miss Terry here on this feature final table, and that is what happens. Had to make a move there, didn't have a whole lot of chips left. Nothing wrong with that move, just woke up at the wrong time with Sonia having Pocket Jacks and cannot win the flip on that. So we say goodbye to Miss Sonia. I'm sorry, Miss Terry, who played fantastic. I was dealing, like I said, out in the field earlier, and she was playing some solid poker. Shout out to Ship in the chat there. I see you on Facebook, and Ariel. I agree. It's a tough one there. How's the sound, guys? We've been making a lot of changes here at Poker House Fort Worth and trying to get things adjusted on the fly. Waiting on some pieces to come in to make this thing pristine. Appreciate you there, Ariel. Folds on around to share. She folds her goes. I'll battle the blinds here. Winner, Queen, Jack, offsuit. Goes and makes the call. And it looks like we've got a raise there in the big blind. Snap call black by winner. Cheryl raised it up 30,000 with 10 deuce. Either making a move or maybe she likes Doyle Brunson. Jack, 7, 6, and winner, top pair, ships it in there, and Cheryl's going to have to let that one go. So Winter picks up some extra chips there. So yeah, it's a late stream, but this was such a special event we couldn't help it. It turned out to be such a fantastic event, and I couldn't not share it with you guys. Very, very excited about this event, and a fantastic showing. Way, way, way more than we were anticipating. Hence why the blinds are a little bit low comparatively to how the chip stacks are. But the blinds are going to go up here pretty soon, pretty quickly. And so these guys need to position themselves to be able to survive it when they start laddering up. $10-7 for Cheryl, 2 diamonds. Gut shots for D-Brat. And D-Brat's going to bet out here, and it's going to get through here. Ariel, we definitely will do lots more of these. We had such a fantastic turnout. Be on the lookout for more ladies tournaments here at Poker House Fort Worth. The ladies came out in force tonight. Absolutely ecstatic myself, I'll be honest. Stacy under the gun here, first act, 6-4 offsuit. Big fold there. Sonia, middle position with the queen, jack offsuit. Reaching for some raising chips. The blinds are starting to get real here, raising up to 30,000. Folds all the way around to TJ Maxx there in the small blind. She's only got a little bit behind. Like, she only started the hand with like 970, I think, if I remember correctly. And then here's Nayli in the big blind with ace queen. So 3 big hands. Oh, and she's going to lay that one down. Says, hey, someone could have ace king. I'm out of here. I'm not going to play that parking lot hand, ace queen. So Sonia and TJ Maxx going heads up here. 8-7 deuce rainbow flop here. We'll see if, yep, TJ is going to keep on the aggression. Goes all in for 32,000. Sonia just has too many chips, may have to call here, but she's going to see that she is way behind. And she does make the call here. So TJ going to be all in at risk, but well ahead here. Only needing to dodge a queen right now. So if Sonia can get a queen, there's a jack, no help there to either player. 6 on the river. We're going to have TJ with the jacks with a better kicker on a much needed double up there after that rough laydown she made with that ace king. And like I said, at the end of the day, I don't fault that ace king laydown there. A lot of people would feel like they have to snap that in, given the chip stacks to pot ratio there. But at the end of the day, these ladies have been playing this tournament a long time, and it's $980 for first place, almost $1,000 for first place. And at the end of the day, all you have is top, you know, just a pair. And Nayli was playing that so aggressively. Folds on around to the battle of the blinds here. Nayli's going to complete the small blind content. Stacy going to check her option. King 8-10, all hearts here. Neither player having hearts. Stacy's going to play her middle pair there like she does have one. And Nayli's going to take that, or Nayli's going to lay that down, and Stacy's going to take that down. So good bet there by Stacy. Short stacked and picked up a very valuable pot there for her. I said she's sitting at 67,000 right now. Needing a double up plus some to get back up to the pack. Sonia is still your chip leader. Speaking of which, first act here, looks down at 5-4, lets that one go. Cher, king, jack of diamonds, reaching for some chips. Making the call here. Actually, she raised it up, sorry. Raised up 22,000, folds around to Stacy, who's going to make that call in the small blind at a little discounted rate. D-Brat not able to come in with a 7 deuce. So we're going to go heads up, king jack versus queen jack again. 4-9-3. Stacy looking at her chips like she's just going to rip it in there, and it's going to work. Stacy with the aggression. I don't think Cher can call her. She's only got about 120,000 left in her stack, and Stacy's all in for almost 50. Just looking at almost half of her stack there to make that call with just the king jack high. Looking at her chips here, seeing how much it would cost of her stack. Oh, and she makes the call. Wow, I did not think that would happen. Fantastic bet there by Stacy. But Cher just says, we are going to gamble with 2 overcards. 3 on the turn, but no help for Stacy. Stacy needing a queen and only a queen. Oh, and she gets the queen on the river. Oof. The 3 outer gets home for Stacy and gets that double up. Oh, tough beat there for Char. That's a tough one there. Made the call with the overcards. Found herself in a way better position than she thought she probably was in. And not only did she have the 2 overcards, she had the lead in the hand. Her opponent, Stacy, down to 3 outs. And just binks it on the river, as does poker sometimes do. So we're still going to be 800. Now Char here into the gun after that tough beat with 80,000 left. Yeah, and she's just going to see that queen jack and just put the rest of it in there. Do not blame her 1 iota for that. We'll see if anybody else wakes up with anything else to come along. And she's going to go in for that last 79,000. TJ Maxx. You know, Char's got a lot of chips left. It's going to be for a lot of, you know, pretty much a little over half of TJ's stack there. So it's not an automatic easy call for her for sure. She just thinks that she wants to gamble here, hoping that Cher just woke up with a couple big cards after that tough beat. Yeah, she lays it down. And we move on, 800, rounds of 5,000, 10,000. Winter here under the gun, looking down at king, queen offsuit, makes the call. Getting that fixed there, Shipman. King, jack, 7, 2 diamonds. I'll bet they're going to take that one down for Winter, putting her over the 200K mark. Cheryl here under the gun, looking down ace, queen, offsuit, reaching for some chips. $35,000 to be the price. TJ, king, 10, offsuit. And it looks like it's going to get all the way through here. Winter here, all left to do get the big blind, and she does. It folds. So Cheryl under the gun, pick up a round of blinds there. That's nothing wrong with that at this stage of the tournament. another 5,000, 10,000. They're only going to get more steep from here on out. TJ laid, and here's Naley. TJ folds her 10-3. Naley +1 here. Ace King offsuit. Looks like she grabbed some raising chips there. And D-Brat waking up with a real hand here in the hijack. Looks like she's asking for a count there. She's going to make that call, so it's going to be a coin flip, unbeknownst to these players here. And right in the window, that ace going to scare away those tens. And we'll see if D-Brat wants to peel one more card here. She does make the call, 36,000. So this pot's over 6 figures here, and there's the king on the river. That's going to be a deal sealer there. I don't think D-Brat can call with the pocket tens with 2 overs out there. And so that's going to increase Naley's chip lead there, or closer to the chip lead. I'm sorry. I think Sonia still has the chip lead. Yeah, 401,000 at chips. Naley now in second with 300,000. Speaking of chip leader here, putting in a $15,000 call with the queen 9 suited. All in Char, ace 4 offsuit for 77,000. Don't think it's going to be enough chips here for Sonia to fold. No, she did lay it down. Never mind. Sorry. Protecting that chip lead. Does not want to let that go. Stacy here, and they're going to look down at King, Queen offsuit. Got 144,000. Blinds are 10 and 15,000. Does make that call. Sonia, Queen 7 of diamonds, comes along as well. Three, 5, 3 here on this flop. TJ actually in the lead with her top pair of 5s, and she's going to bet this one out. In fact, she's going all in, and it's going to work here. Now, I've said that a few times and been surprised, so we'll see. Yeah, and she does take that one down. So these blinds are moving up more and more now. Again, 5 of these ladies in the money out of the 8. So 3 ladies here trying to not be the next 3 out. 980, first place. Three ways to a flop here, limped in 15,000 apiece. King 8-6, 2 clubs here. No real help to anyone here, so let's see. Now it's going to check on through. Jack on the turn does give the lead there for Sonia, the chip leader. And she's going to go ahead and bet this one out, 25,000. Increases her chip lead pretty substantially, 401,000 to Naomi's 270. Under the gun here, Sonia just going to limp in with the ace-10 offsuit. Shar going to come along as well. TJ in the cutoff makes the call with her queen-10 offsuit. Nelly going to defend the button here, king-5 of diamonds. So we're going to go a lot of ways, 6 ways to a flop here on a pretty big pot. Ace-6-7. So Sonia here going to be the only one holding an ace, and she's going to bet this one out big, 50,000. And don't really see anybody else coming along on this one. So the rich get richer. The rich get richer as the chip lead is extended there for Sonia, now 476,000. The blinds are getting up there. These ladies need to make a move here pretty quick. 25,000 in orbit. Average stack here about 150. So these ladies, only 5 on the leaderboard, get paid. We'll see how ruthless they hold this without any sort of chops or pain the bubble. Folds around to TJ, king, jack offsuit, and the hijack. Reaching for some chips. Looks like she's going to raise this one up. And it does fall all the way around to Sonia in the big blind. 20,000 more for her to call with the ace-5 offsuit, and she does make the call. So heads up here on this flop. Queen 5-9, all spades. TJ having the king of spades in her hand, and Sonia's going to bet this one out. 20,000 bet straight into TJ, and TJ rips it in. Big read there by TJ with the gut shot, and the king high flushes back up. Sonia made a great stab there, but TJ had way too much of that to let that one go. So nice try, chip leader. That's what TJ Maxx said. Dealer Paul in the box. He's been in this live stream box a long time today between TJ's game and this ladies tournament. Today's been a busy day, an absolutely crazy day here at Poker House Fort Worth. At one point we had 3 tournament tables for the ladies tournament and 3 different cash games going, including a live stream featured cash game. So had a pretty busy day here at Poker House Fort Worth. These ladies came out in force. So battle of the blinds here. Sonia just completed with the 7 deuce suited, and Char's going to raise this one up, king queen. So defending the 7 deuce, seeing an 8-8 jack flop here. Both players check check. 10 on the turn is going to give open ended there for Char. Let's see if she does bet this now. She doesn't. Sonia's going to immediately have to fold. So Char picking up some valuable chips there in the big blind, pays for her small plus sum. Once again, these ladies have been playing quite a bit today. We had way more people show up for this tournament. It's kind of a short notice tournament. Of course, we did it for our manager Sema's birthday, and had a cake. Everyone even sang happy birthday. It was a fantastic deal with about 50 people in the room at different tables. Definitely had a fun time with this one today. Definitely going to do it again, so be on the lookout for the next ladies event. Sonia here going to call with the king 7 offsuit on the button. Char completing the small, and Winter there checking her options. So we're going to go 3 ways to a flop. 6, 9, 10, 2 hearts. Players checking it back to see. Sonia going to bet this one out and get no pushback on that one as it goes check, check, bet. And Sonia using her chip stack to go to work there. But so many of these players just one big hand away from the chip lead. I mean, nobody has this thing on lock, especially with these blinds going up like they are. Eight players remaining. But with these blinds going up, I don't know how much longer this one's going to last. Players need to pick a spot. Try to get a little bit lucky. And get some chips in there. TJ wants to just try it with a king 8 suited. Stacy, middle position, coming along 15,000 with her ace tray offsuit. D-Brat raising this up to 30. Just a min click with pocket 7s. I like it. Not committing it too much of her stack, but trying to get the rest of the hands to fold. But Cheryl getting a decent price on the big blind, comes along with 10-8, which is going to bring along TJ and Stacy. King 5 queen. TJ going to take the lead in this one here. TJ cutting out some chips here. Big bet. And it's probably going to find its way through here. I don't think D-Brat can come along with the pocket 7s, and Stacy going to get out of the way, and Cheryl as well. So pretty big pot there for TJ. Creeping on up past that 300K mark. Like I said, the gap is definitely closing on the chip lead. The yellow chips, 1,000. The red chips are 5,000. And the scattering of blue chips on the table were 25,000. Angela, great to hear you made it home. We loved seeing you here at Poker House Fort Worth as usual. Angela even got herself a square on the football board for them, guessing what was probably the high hand of the period during the tournament. Or did you hit quads or something? Multiple ways to win the football squares here at Poker House Fort Worth. Angela, like I said, like I said earlier, the structure was not exactly built for 31 entries. We definitely underestimated the showing of force of the ladies coming out. So fear not. We will definitely make adjustments next time. Quad fives. Okay, so you got yourself some opportunity there in the football board, making quads in the tournament. But it was definitely good to see you here at Poker House Fort Worth. Always appreciate you and your crew. So we've got an all in here, and unfortunately the cameras didn't quite pick up that other hand, so we do have an all in here. It looks like 7 deuce. We'll see what the opponent has here. Queen Jack, tough flop here. So Queen Jack looking for a jack here on the turn, no help. Only a jack will save the Queen Jack. Does not happen. So the 7 deuce in the blinds comes through. Tough one there, and as the graphics update here. Angel, thanks a lot. Yeah, the trophies, it was just kind of a little fun trophy we did, but definitely glad we did. We had a heck of a turnout. Big dude, we've got over 2,600 in the prize pool, $980 up top on this little $75 tournament. That was if you bought the bonus chips. So 5 places being paid, and we just lost Miss Stacy, one of our dealers here at Poker House Fort Worth. Love Stacy, but her top pair couldn't hold up to the flopped 3 of a kind. But yeah, the fifth place placer, just under $300, $295 for their efforts, all the way up to $980 for first place. And shout out Sonia there. She is the current chip leader. And Shar found an ace 5 of hearts, going to shove it all in here, 122,000. And I don't hate it. Give yourself some fold equity. Don't let yourself drain too low. And it's going to find its way through and pick up a set of blinds, which is the most important here in these tournaments, especially when they start going up like they are. Yep, shout out Paul in the box. He's been in the box on this live stream for a very long time today. We had DJ's game, the $1, $2 no limit hold'em, $300 max buy-in cash game, while we were running the ladies tournament, which had a huge turnout. I think it was 31 entries. We were not expecting quite a big of a turnout on a Wednesday night. When we do this ladies tournament again, yeah, I probably will do it on a weekend for you guys. Folds on around 2. TJ on the button there with Jack 9. Going to put in the call. Naily in the small lets her hand go. D-Brat going to check her options. So we're going to go heads up here. Queen, King, 8. Rainbow here, top pair for D-Brat, and checks it for deception. And picks with a flush draw for it. TJ there, she's got a gut shot straight draw here. Depending on how much D-Brat bet here, might extract another little bit of money here, and she does. So very good check there for deception on that flop. Picks up even more equity on the turn. 4 on the river doesn't change anything. She's still going to have the lead on the hand, but unfortunately there's not going to be anything for TJ to be able to call here. And she does make the bet, and TJ has to let her hand go. But I see you, D-Brat, being a little bit sneaky on that flop, checking that top pair. Trying to see if TJ can play a little catch up. It's a little risky, but could turn out to be huge. If your opponent has a queen there, decides it could be good since the flop checked through. Seven players remaining, only 5 getting paid. Shout out to Miss Terry and Miss Stacy. Our first players eliminated here on this final table. Did a great job to get this far. Battle of the blinds here. Jack, Queen, Deuce, Rainbow flop here for D-Brat and Sonia. Neither player hitting this flop. 10 on the turn does give D-Brat a pair, and Sonia not having anything, going to let that one go. So a couple big pots here in a row for D-Brat. Getting her around that $250,000 mark. Towards the higher end of the middle of the stacks there. Sonia, you see there, the chip leader, who had a pretty big gap in the chips earlier, but TJ picking up a couple pots there has shrunk that lead down to around 25,000, which is just an orbit, so it's still anybody's game. Things can still get pretty swingy here at this stage of a tournament when the blinds start getting big and too big. When you got about a quarter to a fifth of your stack in on an orbit. Time to get a little bit lucky and to find some right spots here to earn some chips. Going for that $980 first place prize. Angela rooting on Sonia as well. Angela was one of our big finishers for the $50,000 tournament. Would you get like 8th or 9th place, Angela? Made the final table. Got to see you on the final table featured stream. Your crew there in Dallas were rooting you on in the chat pretty heavily. Got to admit, had a lot of fans in the chat. Yep, 9th place. Yeah, I knew you had made the final table. $1,000 payday. Nothing wrong with that. Cheryl here in middle position with the ace-jack offsuit, counting out some chips. Looks like she's going to be raising that one up pretty heftily as well. 15,000 is a big plan. Looks like she made it 45. It's going to get a lot of folds coming around. And I think I saw an ace-queen fold there out of Sonia. That's twice that we've seen ace-queen going to the hook by these ladies. They are definitely interested in that first place prize, not taking any chances this late in the game. They've been playing long enough. Blinds are now 10,000, 20,000. 10,000, 20,000. Things will start moving along quickly now. So if you stayed up this late, happen to be seeing this live, we appreciate you tuning in. I see some of you watching. I can see both chats, both chats on Facebook and at YouTube. Let us know who you're rooting on. Angela says she got burned with ace-queen earlier today. She's not playing them at all now. Don't blame her. Ace-queen at the parking lot hand, as they say. And speaking of which, it is good enough here for Shar as she looks down in the small blind with ace-queen. Goes on for 134,000. She's definitely putting pressure here. TJ limped in for the 20. Winner with pocket nines. Does she want to coin flip for what is effectively her stack here? She's got Shar out chipped, but it's going to be for the majority of her chips. So it'll be basically calling for her tournament life here, put the pocket nines. But Char's going to be doing this with a lot of holdings, and she does make the call. So I don't think TJ is going to come along. Unfortunately, She did fold one of Winter's outs there with the 9. So Shar and Winter. Shar the one at risk with the ace queen offsuit against Winter's pocket 9s. And Winter in for a majority of her stack. She's going to be left with crumbs if she can't dodge an ace or a queen. But she hits the case 9 on the flop. Going to need a runner now. And actually that's going to do it there for Shar. So well played, madam, on your run to get here. Like I said, I dealt out in the field earlier, and she was in command at her table for a good while. I knew she'd be making a deep run when I was out in the field dealing. And sure enough, gets all the way down to 7th place. Very, very good run there by Shar. Always good to see her here at Poker House Fort Worth, a good tournament player here. And Big Dude, yes, we are live on Facebook as well. YouTube and Facebook. We stream to both. Angela, that's what you busted with, was 9s earlier. Well, I mean, hopefully you were ahead. That's all you can ask for when you go all in. When I get all my chips in the middle, I'm hope that I'm ahead and just let whatever happens happen after that. So Nayli here in the hijack, laying down an ace jack offsuit, folded around to her. 20,000 to call. Looks like she was doing a raise there to 40. Yep. Sonia on the button, 10-9 suited. Very pretty hand here. She's going to make that call. And Winter ace jack as well after picking up those chips there. She's over 300,000 in chips. She's going to make the call as well. And Cheryl getting a great price. She's in the big blind for 20, only 20 more to get in on this pot. So we've got 160,000 in this pot, 4 ways, 2 players with the same holdings, and but all 3 players holding cards that all connect pretty well. Could see some train wrecks happening here. Dealer Paul, 8 Jack King. It's going to be a middle pair for Nayli and Winter. Cheryl bottom pair, and Sonia. Oh, if that was all clubs, Sonia has just flopped the flush with an open-ended straight flush draw. And apparently so, because it was a snap all in by Haley and a snap call by Sonia. Wow. So Nayli here with the nut flush draw. Sonia already has the flush with an open-ended, so Nayli actually has less outs than she thinks she does. No queen and no 7 will help Nayli. So big flop here. She's looking for a small club. Small club here. I believe Nayli's going to be the one at risk here. Dealer Paul there measuring up the stacks. So open-ended straight flush here for Sonia to eliminate an opponent. She's already ahead. Already has the flush, but Nayli looking for any club that's not a queen or a 7, because that'll give Sonia the straight flush. Dealer Paul counting up the stacks here to make sure that they're all accurate. 2 big hands here. Like I said, we know that Nayli here is going to be the one at risk. So you see Nayli's outs here at the top of the screen. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of clubs. 7 gives the straight flush. Queen gives the straight flush. And every other club is already out there. Paul on the turn. King, no help. Well, she could hit a jack now for a boat or a king. 8 on the river. The wrong card paired there for Nayli. Needed a king or a jack there to make the full house to take over the lead there. So Sonia back in a commanding chip lead there. I do not blame Nally there, having middle pair, nut flush draw, plenty of outs. She would think 2 of them were no good, but you can't put your opponent on that straight flush draw. So well played by Nally, and the bubble has burst. These 5 ladies are all that is left, and all are in the money. The next one eliminated, getting $295 for her efforts, and then $320 for fourth, $400 for third, $665 for second, and a big $980 up top. Like I said, over $2,600 prize pool on this small of a buy-in. Like I said, it was only like a $75 buy-in for these ladies to come play in this tournament. So almost $1,000 first place. Great, great return. D-Brat here under the gun, going to call the 20,000 with the ace-4 of diamonds. Cheryl going to defend the small blind with king-8 suited. TJ checks her option with the jack-4 offsuit. King, jack, 6, all spades this time. But this time, no players holding spades, but Cheryl, top pair, going to bet out and see where she's at. And this is probably going to work. No, TJ says, I'm going to come along as well. And there's another spade on the turn, so now, who wants to bluff? Cheryl checked it. TJ thinking about it. And she is going to do it, reaching for chips. Oh, no, she didn't. She checked it. Oh, that would have worked so well if she'd have bet that there. So it goes check, check, and Cheryl's going to see the best hand here with the king. TJ, I know she thought about it. I know she thought about it, just couldn't pull that trigger. One bet there would have taken down that pot. Angela, we do appreciate it. Yeah, it turned out to be a fantastic tournament. Like I said, you were talking about how long the tournament took. We understand. Trust me. Myself and all the staff understand that this tournament ran way longer than we expected. But what can I say? The ladies came out in force, and we are super excited about that and thankful for it. And so we'll do some adjusting because I want to do this tournament again. And we'll do it on a weekend, maybe a little bit easier for everybody. Maybe move it to 6 instead of 7 o'clock. Cheryl there on the button picking up pocket queens, going to raise it up and no takers in the blinds. Pick up some blinds there for her. Yeah, we'll make some adjustments on this tournament and continue to do so. Like I said, we had great attendance, and can't complain about that. And so it was kind of an impromptu tournament. Our manager, Sema's birthday, she asked me literally just, a couple weeks ago, hey, can we do a tournament? And this tournament hasn't even been in the plans for very long. Wasn't on our calendar. It's kind of impromptu. Seeing how many people we could call up and see attend, and you know what? Friends called friends, and friends called friends. Next thing you know, we got 31 entries on a Wednesday night. Great price, great tournament, great showing. Like I said, I spent half my time dealing out in the field and had the great experience of these ladies just having a great time. There's a lot of laughs, a lot of joking. Definitely a lot more fun in the air than a normal weekly tournament. These ladies having a blast. So in here, bottom pair 6s. D-Brat not going to have anything there. Nothing to defend, has to throw that one to the muck. So Sonia using her chip stack to lean on a few opponents there. You can kind of catch a glimpse there of that little trophy. Nice little wooden plaque trophy. A lot of fun to throw something together last minute for these ladies. Like I said, we're going to do this again. I think it was a great price point, fantastic attendance, a great payout. Like I said, 31 entries, over 2,600 in the pot, 980 for first place. And all of these ladies are in the money already. $295 for the next person eliminated. Cheryl under the gun. Lets it go. TJ ace 8 makes the call for 20,000. D-Brat making the call as well. Sonia completing the small. And Winter checking our options. So we're going 4 ways to a flop of 8, 9, deuce. Rainbow flop here. TJ going to be best with second pair ace kicker. We'll see if Winter calls with her second pair. Sonia wants to see another card. Calls 50,000. Queen on the turn rewards her float, giving her top pair, and she's going to be the one to bet out 50,000 now. And TJ's got to see some red flags. Jack 10 does get there on the straight, but TJ's not quite a believer just yet. He's counting out some chips, thinking about it. We saw her make a pretty disciplined fold earlier. It might not have quite been the right fold, but it was still a very disciplined fold. And she's going to make this one. She wants to see if Sonia is just using her chips like she has been. 7 on the river. Definitely straightens that one out on the board, and Sonia's going to come out firing some more. 50,000 again. Tough here for TJ. Only third pair. Can only pretty much beat a bluff. But Sonia is very capable with her chip stack to do just that. $50,000 more for that. Over 300,000 points. She does lay it down. Wanted to call so badly. So Sonia, big chip lead now. That puts her almost 900K. We'll get a quick look here at the chip stacks as the graphics play catch up. See how we're looking here. Yeah, 881 to second place is a Winter of 281. Oof. Big chip gap here. Sonia having pretty much the rest of the table covered combined. Folds around to Sonia on the button. Queen 6 of diamonds. Let's see if she puts this chip stack to work. Just going to call. Winter the small blind. Doesn't complete. Cheryl checking her option with the King 8 suited. So Sonia and Cheryl going heads up. 10-7 deuce, 2 hearts. Let's see if Sonia. No, Sonia doesn't choose to bet again. Jack on the turn brings the hearts home. Check. 5 on the river. No help to either player. Cheryl going to have best here with the King high. Sonia choosing not to try to take that one down. Cheryl not getting involved much, but she's stacked chips a few times now. Sort of picking her spots, picking them well. Moved herself into second in chips, just barely edging out Winter now. D-Brat and TJ Maxx both under 200K. Less than 10 bigs left, needing to find a good one. That one not going to be good enough for D-Brat there, laying down the Queen to 4 suited. Sonia with her 9-10 of clubs again when she won that big pot from, sort of started her catapult to the top of the board even further. Cheryl's going to complete the small blind with the 10-3 offsuit. TJ going to check her option with the 7-6 suited. Queen deuce 5 on this flop. No help to any player, but Sonia going to bet this one out. And probably going to work here. Cheryl getting out of the way and TJ not having really anything to come along with. And then lets that one go. So Sonia crosses the 900K mark. All the chips, all the control. Her tournament right now. Again, all 5 of these players in the money. Next one eliminated, $295. Great turnout tonight for this ladies event. Absolutely loved it. Had enough action to where I had to get out there and deal for several hours. Crazy. Sonia here under the gun. Ace 6 of clubs. Makes just a call. Not wanting to raise the blinds too crazily here. TJ going to complete the small with 10 deuce. D-Brat going to check her option with 10-5. Dealer Paul putting out deuce 9-6. Sonia with middle pair. Let's see if she continues. She does reach for chips, betting 20,000. TJ makes the call with the 10 deuce bottom pair. Let's see if she can follow through with the steal. 7 of diamonds gives her equity on a flush draw. So definitely upgrading her hand, and she's going to be the one to bet this one out actually now. Best 20,000. Sonia counting out some chips. She may not, yeah, she doesn't want to fold yet. 4 no help for TJ, so she's really going to have to bet this one. Oh, looks like she's going to surrender there, and it's going to go check, check. And just wants to see if she can see her deuce be best, but we know that it's not there. Sonia takes down another one. 981,000, getting close to that 1 million mark. Half the chips in play. More than half the chips in play here for Sonia. Blinds are now 15 and 30. Things are going to move along now. Let's see if Sonia starts to hang on to those chips or if she decides to lean on some of these shorter stacks to try to get an elimination. TJ down to about 3 bigs. Cheryl there laying down her ace-5. TJ, queen, jack suited, puts in her last 100,000. D-Brat makes the fold. Sonia, jack-6, can't make that call, so TJ picks up some very important blinds there. Like I said, blinds are 45,000 in orbit, which is half her stack. Cheryl here going to raise with the ace-6, and TJ finding a hand to put in the rest of her chips. It's about half of Cheryl's stack there to call. King-Jack offsuit. TJ's all in with the King-Jack offsuit, and Cheryl does have an ace, but it is an awful low kicker. So it could be dead to pretty much any other ace. So does she want to put in half of her stack here to make this call? I don't know if she can. Thinking about it. See, and she does make the call. So Cheryl here gonna gamble a little bit with the ace-6 offsuit against TJ's King-Jack offsuit. TJ, the one at risk. Dealer Paul here going to add up the stacks, make sure everything lines up. So TJ looking to catch a king or a jack to take the lead here and stay alive here in this ladies tournament. Cheryl looking for an ace. or anything else to stay in the lead. Ace 6 jack on this flop. Huge flop. And there's a king or a jack. TJ still alive. Oh, 8 on the river. Talk about being flopped down to nothing and turning double the outs. Tough one there for TJ. Played absolutely fantastic poker here tonight, and walking away with some cash in her pocket for her 5th place finish. Big congrats to Miss TJ, who, like I said, I got to deal to her table quite a bit as well. She was playing some pretty big stack poker there for a lot of the tournament. But when the blinds get this high, down to this level of a tournament, you kind of have to get a little bit of luck involved, catch a little bit of cards, and unfortunately, she just got stuck in 2 blender positions that just didn't go her way. Tough positions for her, but still got paid for her effort, so congratulations to Miss TJ for her 5th place finish. Very, very well done. Sorry to step away there just one quick second, but back in the booth with you now. Under the gun, Sonia limped in, had to let it go as D-Brat goes all in with her pocket 6s. Cheryl going to fold as well. So big pickup there by D-Brat. Catch a quick glimpse of the trophy there in Paul's dealer tray. Sort of a last minute little trophy for this ladies tournament. Kind of our first unofficial ladies tournament. Definitely going to do more in the near future. These ladies came out in force for this thing, and we love it. And we'll definitely make some adjustments so these poor ladies aren't out this late on a weekday, but they've had an absolute blast. We had some cake. Several people brought in drinks. They've had a great time. Like I said, I was dealing the dealing the tables out on the floor earlier, and it was a lot of fun. These ladies were having a blast. Pocket queens for Cheryl on the button. Raise it up to 75. Sonia, big blind, lets hers queen 10 go. Good fold. So Cheryl picks up some more blinds there. Very, very valuable, like I said, here in this stage of the tournament. Blinds are big and too big. 15,000, 30,000. Sonia with the lion's share, 876, but Cheryl picked up a good little pickup there with a couple of pots. Winter getting some as well. D-Brat, the short stack with 150,000. Folds around to Sonia. Small blind completes with a queen 10 off suit. Winter going to check her option. Yeah, Angela, I think you're right. I think Sonia kind of switched gears a little bit. Looks like she's going to turn it on here, though. Blind versus blind, don't blame her. on that kind of flop. Just, oh, but Winter's going to defend. Oof. So might have decided to wake up at the wrong time here, as Winter's going to make a stand. Board pairs, nothing really changed. So Winter, if she thought she was ahead, she's still ahead. She's going to put out a big bet here. So Sonia, who tried to make a move here, and Winter standing up against her. I love it. And in fact, it looks like Sonia bet and Winter raised her. Fantastic play by Winter. Big dude saying in the chat that she's frustrated with being card dead. Well, that's how you make your own hands happen. So great play there by Winter. So hand number 46 here of just this final table. We're down to 4. Blinds are big and too big, but these ladies are holding in strong here. Sonia giving a little bit back, trying to push around with the big stack, but this time she picks up the real hand to ace-jack suited. Winter and Cheryl both not picking anything, so she's going to get some of those blinds back. Still the comfortable, well, I say comfortable. She's a chip leader. No one's really comfortable right now with the blinds that are this high. Winter and Cheryl both pretty close under that 400K mark. D-Brat's in it with 150,000 and Sonia over 800,000 in chips. So we have fourth place is $320. So the next player limited $320 for her effort. 980 up top. Small blind calls the dirty D-Brat, going to put in a big raise there with pocket nines, and Cheryl going to let that one go. So D-Brat picking up a small blind there. These ladies are playing very, very disciplined poker. It's $1,000 up top. I do not blame them. Winter here under the gun looking down at ace-jack suited. Reaching for some chips. In fact, she's reaching for all of them. Just decides, heck with it, I'm not going to raise. I'm just going to go ahead and go all in and end this hand right now, which she does. Picks up some blinds. Shows them that she had the goods. Shows her hand. And Winter there under the gun making that move picks herself up an orbit of blinds. Moves her up to 421,000. Still just under 400K after, if she doesn't catch anything in the blinds here. Like I said, this late in the game, picking up the blinds is so very valuable. Dealer Paul, who's been on live stream a long time today. Between DJ's Cash Game we have every Wednesday. Started that at 7 p.m. We're going to do that again next Wednesday, so if you want to be on stream, get on that list quickly. It does fill up quick. It's a 1-2 no-limit hold'em game with a $300 max buy-in. D-Brat on the button here. Wakes up with pocket aces. Looks like she put in some blue chips there. See if there's any takers. Doesn't look like it, but you know what? You can drag some blinds. It's definitely a good thing. Blinds are 15 and 30 and going up soon. Still quite a few people watching on YouTube and Facebook. wanting to see who can take this tournament down, as am I. We're going to bring it to you. Probably sooner rather than later. The blinds are not being friendly. Winter here in the small blind is going to complete with the Jack 10 suited. Cheryl checking her option with the ace tray of hearts. Ace, deuce, king. Gut shot here for winner. Cheryl with the top pair of aces going to bet this one out. Looks like she bet 40,000 and a quick call there by winner. 30,000 is the bet and quick call by winner, looking for a queen. Still no go. The third spade does get there. Let's see if winner has any ideas of, nope, she doesn't. She lets it go. So Cheryl there picking up pretty significant pot. Every pot matters right now. Sonia here under the gun, your chip leader with just under 800K in chips, puts in, looks like she made the call with the king 7 of spades. Cheryl in the small blind again with pocket tens. Let's see if she wants to raise this one up. She does. Looks like she made it 75,000 to play. D-Brat not waking up with anything. Sonia wants to make the call. She wants to see a flop. So Cheryl in the lead with pocket tens. Sonia makes the call with king 7 of spades. Dealer Paul puts out deuce, queen, 5, no help to Sonia. We'll see if Cheryl keeps up the pre-flop aggression here on the flop. She is reaching for chips. And reaching was enough as Sonia has made the fold. Sonia trying to lean in here, but these short stacks are finding the hands right when she's doing it. Sonia still with over 700,000 in chips, but Cheryl has come a little bit closer, 532,000. And now Cheryl picking up pocket aces on the button. Let's see what kind of price she makes it here. Looks like it was maybe to 80, and unfortunately no one waking up with anything else, so the aces just get her some more valuable blinds. Not going to full waste. The blinds are important. D-Brad 168,000 in the chips. These ladies have been grinding out this tournament for quite some time. This tournament lasting quite a bit longer than anticipated, but it's only because these ladies came out in force today. Way more attendance than we were expecting, but that just makes me happy that we can definitely do this more. Everyone has definitely enjoyed themselves. Ace, ace, 8 here on this flop 3 ways. Winter going to be the one to stab at this with the Jack 6 offsuit, the big blind, big bet here. 50,000 and no takers. And she's going to take that one down, putting her close to that 400,000 mark. And Sonia, who had the whole table covered just a little while ago, has slipped back well within reach. Cheryl now within about 75,000 in chips, which sounds like a lot, but it's really only 2.5 big blinds, as these blinds are grueling right now. But these ladies are steadfast. Sonia calling on the button with ace-5 offsuit. The blinds are coming along as well. 4-4 deuce on this flop. Cheryl flopping trip fours and checks it. Love it. Sonia going to bet this one out. And Winter makes the call as well. And here's Cheryl getting not just one but two callers. So almost 200K in this pot on a very disguised 3 of a kind in Cheryl's hand. She's going to check it, and it's going to go check, check. So now she has to put some money into this pot. Unfortunately, neither Winter nor Sonia improved, so they're going to let that one go. But a huge pot for Cheryl, over $250,000 pot, as she slow played that one to perfection. Got maximum value. Could not have extracted any more value if she tried. And I'm curious to see, once the graphics catch up here, to see if that put her possibly in the chip lead. Sonia did make 2 pretty big bets there, and it did. Wow, Cheryl flipping at the tables, almost 700,000 in chips after that $250,000 pot. That's how quickly it can turn, guys. These blinds are big and too big right now. These ladies are grinding it out. $980 up top for first place. Yeah, don't forget they're playing for a trophy too. That's why you're not seeing much discussion about a chop here. These ladies want that hardware sitting there in the dealer's tray. And these guys are going to take a real quick break. I went out there just a few moments ago, and they were just going to take a quick restroom break there. And these players here, like I said, they're just going to, it's about a 5-minute break. So, like I said, we will come right back. These final 4 players looking to get that $980 first place prize, along with the trophy for this ladies tournament. There's a $1,000 guarantee, but the prize pool is 2.5 times that, $2,600, $2,660 to be exact, on just a $75 buy-in. Like I said, these ladies came out in force for this tournament, and we are more than ecstatic about it. It was a $75 buy-in and ended up with a $2,600 plus prize pool, and they are fighting diligently for it. So give us just a few minutes here. We'll be right back as these ladies take a short restroom break, water break, snack break, and we're going to bring you all the way to a winner. So still quite a few people watching on Facebook and YouTube, so don't go anywhere. You don't want to stay this long and then miss out on the culmination of this ladies tournament here on this Wednesday night, and see who gets to take a photo with that nice little trophy. We'll be right back. And we are back here from a quick little break. Quick little break here. Let these ladies stretch their legs. They've been playing long enough. And now they are trying to get to that top first place prize of $980. And that trophy you see right there in the dealer tray. Get the graphics updated here. Blinds are 20,000 and 40,000. 60,000 in orbit here. This isn't going to last too much longer, guys. Thank you for tuning in and hanging in for this ladies tournament. Deep right here, another gun. Going to go all in with the king, queen suited. Sonia not waking up with anything. Cheryl thinking about it here, reaching for some chips. And she's going to make that call. So D-Brat at risk, but in great position here. King Jack versus Queen Jack. Dealer Paul there getting the chips together. Cheryl looking for a jack or some straight cards. 10, 10, 6 on this flop. Only a jack will eliminate D-Brat. Otherwise, she's going to get a much-needed double up. 8 on the river. No help. So D-Brat getting some much-needed chips there. With these blinds being as high as they are, it is effectively anybody's game. I mean, one or two double ups and you are the chip leader. You see Sonia there back up top with the 580,000. Cheryl right behind her with 575. D-Brat and Winner both under 3, but one double up away from the chip lead almost. Blinds of 20 and 40. These ladies grinding it out. Going for that $980 first place prize. Only a $75 entry tournament. We had a great showing. Can't get over it enough. Sonia put it in a raise there with the pocket eights. Gets all the way through. Picks up some much needed blinds. You've been staying up this late. You're here watching. Who are you rooting on? I can see the chat in both YouTube and Facebook. Battle of the blinds here as it folds around. D-Brat goes all in with the ace. Sonia not waking up with anything, has to let that one go. So D-Brat getting her big blind back in her stack, keeping her just above Winter. Hand number 61 of this final table. Started with 9, and now we have 4. The next person eliminated gets $320 for her efforts, then $400 for third, $665 for second, and $980 for first place. Falls all the way around to Sonia. Makes the call with the 8-4 of hearts. Winner checking her option on a deuce 5-7 board rainbow. Some gut shot there for Sonia, and she's going to bet it out here first to act. Winner frustratingly folds, and don't blame her. She's been fairly card dead. The only pots that she's been able to drag there. She's had to manufacture herself, and well done to get this far without catching cards. Means picking some good spots. Won a coin flip or two on some all-in situations, and still alive here four-handed. But it's still anyone's game with the blinds this big. D-Brat under the gun lets her 10-7 offsuit go. Sonia not calling as well. Winner gives the walk over to Cheryl. So we're definitely going to have to do this tournament again sooner rather than later. Albeit on a weekend. As some of these ladies, while they've had fun, they've all looked at me and said, this has been a blast, but I have to go to bed. So we will be doing this soon, but we're going to do it on the weekend and start it a little bit earlier. But I dealt a lot of this tournament as we had a packed house here at Poker House Forward, so I had to get out there and get my dealing shoes on. And everyone was having an absolute blast. The tables were a delight to deal at. Jack, 3, deuce, 2 hearts. Gut shot for D-Brat, not much else for anyone else. Check, check, 6 on the turn, pairs D-Brat, and she's going to bet it out. And other two players are going to probably frustratingly fold, and they do, and D-Brat gets some much needed chips there. Yeah, pretty big Wednesday night here at Poker House of Fort Worth. We had DJ's game live earlier, if you watched some of that stream, and then decided to transfer over to this ladies tournament. And here I was hoping that we would have a little bit to show after DJ's stream ended. Turns out we had plenty of play left here in this tournament. But definitely excited about it. D-Brat going to make the small blind hole with the 4-3 offsuit. King 4 checked by Sonia. Deuce 7, 8 all diamonds. D-Brat with the only diamond 4 though. Check, check, 8 on the turn. She's going to make a bet here, and Sonia not going to fold. Cutting out some raising chips, and I love it. If you think that D-Brat's making a move there, raise it up, and that's exactly what she does. Doesn't even wait for the dealer to push her the chips. Says, I'll take those chips right now. Great move there by Sonia. Sonia going to call the 40,000 as a small blind winner, checking her option with the 9-7. Deuce, ace, 7 here, 2 diamonds. And it looks like a winner puts it all in. Snap call by Sonia. Winner hoping that she missed that flop completely. But Sonia, having the ace, makes the snap call. And so now Winter going to be at risk. Four-handed, can't just give your opponent an ace there. Decided to try to take down that pot. But Sonia had an ace waiting in the wings here after a great check. So now Winner looking for a 9 or a 7. 10 on the turn, no help, no diamonds for Winner. 9 or a 7. Jack on the river, and that's going to do it for Miss Winter. Fantastically played here at Poker House Fort Worth in this ladies tournament. Going to get 4th place and $320 for her efforts in this very long but fantastic tournament. And she was one of the ones that was asking, when are we going to do this again? And she said, that's great, but next time let's do it on a Friday. Now, these ladies have had a blast in this tournament. And they just came out in force, like I said, 31 entries. I freely admit I was expecting, a couple, dozen, half, 15 to 18, 20 entries, because it was a short notice tournament at the end of the day. It's not something that we planned for a month or heavily advertised. It was just more of a, hey, tell your friends this is what we're going to do this night. And it's been absolutely successful. Just a complete blast here at Poker House Fort Worth. And it was just a big night for everything. We had 3 cash tables going, 3 tournament tables going. That's why I was out in the field dealing most of the night. But we'll never, ever, ever complain about being too busy. More than happy to put on the dealing shoes and get out there and help make poker happen. We appreciate each and every single one of you that came out tonight, and hope some of the ladies watching will be out for the next one, and keep an eye out for it. I will be announcing it pretty soon as we get our October calendar out and about. Heck, I might even pivot and have one in a couple weeks or something. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, like I said, we'll do it on a Friday or Saturday for these ladies. Maybe get started a little bit early on a Saturday. They've definitely enjoyed themselves playing today, but it has been a very long tournament, and I'm glad that it was such a big success, because they are fighting hard for that first place prize of $980 and that trophy to go along with it. Battle of the blinds here. Ace, deuce, 5. Gut shot for Sonia, and she's going to bet it out. D-Brat going to come along with her middle pair of 5s and going to turn trips. So never going to be able to fold this one now, as Sonia's firing another bullet at D-Brat. Another 40,000. Is D-Brat just going to put it all in here? If she does, either that or she's playing a little bit coy there. No, it looks like she put in the rest of her chips. Nope, she just made the call, and it makes quads. And it's going to get one more bet out of Sonia. So good smooth call there by D-Brat. And Sonia's going to fire once more. D-Brat coming over the top, and Sonia, just nothing she can do about it here. Took a great line, but unfortunately D-Brat has quad 5s and shows it. And just for everybody else out there, that gave D-Brat a square on our football board. So we'll see if she gets her name. She gets up on stream here and goes and writes her name on that football board. One of our promotions here for September. Any quads are better, even in a tournament. We're giving away a square on our football board. Each quarter worth a progressive amount. I think after 1 week, I think the second, third, and final scores are 400, and first quarter is back to 250. If you're present here at Poker House Fort Worth playing during the Cowboys game, you win the full amount of the quarter. And I think someone was there for first place. But if you're not here, you win a $100 bill, and the rest rolls over to the next week. But yeah, any quads are better at any point in the room, whether you're in a tournament or a cash game. Gets you a square on that football board. And it was pretty full. You can also win one in a cash game. Every hour we do a horse race. We can win you a football square that way. Lots of stuff going on here at Poker House Fort Worth. And The football boards are popular. I see them in a lot of poker rooms now. Several different rooms doing their version of the football squares, just like we are. And we're going to go to a rare three-way flop here. All players limping in to see an ace-ace tray. No players having an ace. Jack on the turn does pair up for Cheryl and Debrat, but Cheryl having the better kicker here, so this could get Debrat in some trouble. 6 on the river, not going to save her. So now Cheryl here is going to get paid. Oh, she's going to check it over to Debrat, and Debrat going to just see it back. So both players scared of the other possibly having an ace there, which I do not blame them. No value bet there, anything too big is just going to be an ace every time. So actually it looks like Debrat took that hand down, which means she might have made a bet there, and Cheryl made a big discipline laydown. When action goes that quick, sometimes we fall behind there on the tracker. And but since Debrat is stacking the chips, she might have put in the bet there, and Cheryl had no choice but to let it go. Looking like an ace. Much big stack there for Debrat. Here in the small blind, looks like she's going to raise this one up to 100,000. Sonia going to lay down her big blind. So let's have a little updated chip count here. Sonia still in the lead, but not by much given these blinds. At 695,000, Debrat has 575, and Cheryl's 445. Every single one of these players, one pot away from the chip lead. Debrat here on the button looking down at Queen Jack offsuit, putting out some chips. Sonia going to complete the small blind. Cheryl going to check the option, so we're going to go 3 ways to a flop again. Dealer Paul putting out 4, 6, 5. Sonia there with open-ended with the middle pair, going to bet this one out. Cheryl and Debrat both getting out of the way. That's at 60,000, and then when everybody limps in, it's 120,000 in the middle. So the chip stacks are literally changing hands every hand. These ladies not wanting to give up. 3 players left. Next elimination, $400 for their effort. Second place of 665. And first place up top, 980 with the hardware. You see there in Dealer Paul's tray, this trophy for the ladies tournament. Cheryl Hill looks like she's reaching for raising chips in the small blind, ace-9 suited, and Debrat getting out of the way. So big blind to pick up there for Cheryl. Blinds going up any minute here. Up to 25 and 50,000. Debrat calling the small blind with the king 3. Sonia checking her option, heads up to a flop. 10 ace queen, 2 hearts here. Sonia with bottom pair lays it down. Debrat bet out on a gut shot, king high. Gets Sonia to lay that one down. Like I said, look at the chip stacks there. Sonia's 735, Brat 535, and Cheryl 445. All essentially one pot from each other. 75 hands we've dealt here at this final table. All the women making the final table played great poker. 5 of them got some cash for their efforts. And then there were 3. And there's been 3 for a little bit as they traded chips back and forth. Ace, 4, 8, 2 diamonds. All 3 players in on this flop. Checks all the way around. 9 on the turn. That's going to give a pair to Debrat. And she's going to bet this one out. And Cheryl and Sonia both getting out of the way. And Debrat picks up that almost $200,000 pot. Like I said, these blinds are just forcing the issue right now, as tournaments do. And the blinds are now 25 and 50,000. 25 and 50,000. Sonia here on the button. First act with the 10 at 9 offsuit, puts in the call. Looks like Cheryl's going to raise this one up with the Queen Jack. Makes it 125. Debrat gets out of the way, and Sonia going to defend her 10-9. She's had great luck with that hand. We'll see if it continues here. Both players sort of connecting here. Could see a pretty competitive flop. 8 Queen Tray, gut shot for Sonia. Cheryl, top pair, puts it all in. I don't think Sonia can make that call. Love to see a turn, but can't do it, and Cheryl picks up that pot. Blinds are 25 and 50,000. Cheryl here on the button, first to act. Looking down at King 6, lets that one go. Debrat in the small blind. Going to complete with the Queen 3, and Sonia going to check her options. We're going to go heads up to this flop. Queen 5 Jack. Rainbow here. Debrat top pair. Sonia not catching anything. Debrat going to take the big blind away. Yeah, big dude. That's kind of what I was thinking earlier when she had that larger chip stack. You know, she limped in on the button quite a bit to take the blinds to a flop, and probably always needs to be raising in that position if she wants to play a hand there on the button, and don't let the blinds in for cheap and or free. Kind of hard to put your opponents on a range whenever they don't have to really call much of anything. But here in the small blind, she's going to raise this one up with a 7 deuce. Love it. Put that pressure on some of your opponents. Cheryl's going to let that one go. She's going to pick up that big blind. Every pot's worth at least 100,000. Even if it is limped in by the small blind and checked by the big blind. So we definitely have any minute now. We will have to see one of these ladies taking a stand. Next one out, like I said, getting $400 for their effort. $665 for second and $980 for first. Great returns on a $75 tournament. Prize pool over $2,600. King 610 going to be top pair here for Cheryl, bottom pair for Debrat. Let's see if she wants to defend this bottom pair. Looks like she does lay it down, so Cheryl going to take this one down. and the stacks are virtually even. 580,000 for Cheryl, 570,000 for Sonia, and 565,000 for D-Brat. Don't need to say anything about being anyone's game. All three players not having many orbits left. At some point, some gambling is going to need to happen. D-Brat here raised it up in the small blind with the Jack 4 offsuit. Sonia came along with the King Jack suited. D-Brat in tough shape here, needing a dry flop to try to take the lead, but unfortunately it's a King Jack and a 4. So 2 pair for both, and this is it. Snap, snap, and laughs all around there as D-Brat sees the bad news. 2 pair versus 2 pair flopped 3-handed. We knew it would come down to a hand like this, and so dealer Paul will need to see which player is specifically at risk. There's always a small room for error here on the live stream on the chip counts, especially when stacks move around so much. So Paul here will get a count on the chips to find out exactly who's at risk. But either way, D-Brat needing a 4 and only a 4. And it looks like she may be the one at risk here. Turn an 8, 4 and only a 4 for D-Brat, or we have our 3rd place finisher. Queen on the river, no help, and so the King Jack of Sonia takes down the Jack 4, both players flopping 2 pair, and D-Brat, our 3rd place finisher. One of my personal favorite players here at Poker House Fort Worth, a great cash game player and tournament player. Seen D-Brat many times here on stream. Always a joy to have her here at Poker House Fort Worth. And she'll be getting $400 for her efforts here at this ladies tournament. So a big round of applause to her. And like I said, great play as usual out of her. And pretty good $400 payday on a $75 entry tournament. Not too bad. And then there were 2. Heads up for the hardware and the almost $1,000 first place prize. Sonia, 1.1 million in chips. Cheryl here with 530. So 2-to-1 chip count here. Sonia's going to call the 50,000, letting the graphics play catch up here as the button did need to shift for heads up play. Jack 10-5. Cheryl top pairs. Sonia betting this one out, using her chips this time, but this time Cheryl's going to have an instant call there. Only calls. Queen on the turn. That does give Sonia an open-ended. She can steal this one away with an ace, a king, or a 9. $250,000 bet by Sonia, and Cheryl wasting no time to raise there, and a big laydown from Sonia, and the chip counts just got closer. 950 now for Sonia, 780 for Cheryl. Literally any woman's game here. Blinds are 25 and 50,000, even a limped in pot's 100,000 in the middle. Sonia here on the button can be the first one to act with the 10-5 suited, makes the call. Cheryl, king, queen, offsuit, great hand, reaching for raising chips. She does raise it up, looks like 125 to come along, and Sonia going to make that call. Sonia, once she calls, she does not like folding. 10-5 suited versus king queen offsuit. 5 in the window, 7 queen, top pair for Cheryl. Let's see how sneaky she wants to play this. She did check it. Big check there by Cheryl. Sonia's going to bet 125,000. Cheryl immediately snaps all in. And now Sonia, bottom pair. Do you want to double up your opponent and get a massive chip at disadvantage? No, she does make the laydown there. So Cheryl checking the action over, giving Sonia a chance to bet at it, which she obliges and gets more value from that hand. Cheryl has just been just pure masterclass on maximum value from her hands tonight. The way the times that she's checked it through to let others bet, not getting in her opponent's way of handing her chips, that's for sure tonight. She's extracted lots of value out of the good hands that she has made. Definitely very, very impressive to watch here on this final table. 5 deuce here on the button makes the call. Sonia checking her option with the 8-6 suited. 9-6 jack pair for Sonia, who does go ahead and bet this out, and Cheryl gonna lay this one down, not catching much of anything of that one. So heads up for the almost $1,000 first place prize and the hardware you see there laying in dealer Paul's tray. Cheryl with a small chip advantage, 980,000. Sonia 750,000. Sonia here on the button first after the queen to 5 offsuit. Just calls. Cheryl with a 7-4 offsuit, going to make a check. King 10 jack. Open-ended here for Sonia, who's going to bet this one out, and Cheryl probably not going to be able to come along with this one. So Cheryl's chip lead just a little bit over Sonia. Like I said, 930 to 800,000. But every hand, even a limped-in hand, has 100,000 in the pot. So chip stack's effectively pretty even. Sonia here in the small blind, ace 10 offsuit, first real hand she's had in a minute. Let's see if she raises this one up. She does reach for some raising chips. Looks like she's going to make it 150 to come along, maybe. Close to it. And a fold there from Cheryl. Blinds are 25,000 and 50,000. Both players virtually even in chips. 880 to 850. First place $980 plus that trophy you see there in the dealer tray. Second place still a great payday of $665. Sonia here on the button, pocket tens. First act, let's see how much she raises this one up to. She grabs a stack of blue there. And a quick fold from Cheryl. Like I said, just picking up 50,000 every time she can raise there on the button. These players can afford a few folds, but not many. Got to make a stand at some point. And a limp in here by Cheryl's graphics catch up. We saw Sonia check her action. Like I said, heads up play goes kind of quickly, so it takes a moment for the graphics to play catch up there. So we're going to see a flop. Trip tens for Cheryl, but Sonia not taking the aggressive route on this one, but a great check there by Cheryl. That's what I was talking about earlier, letting her opponent do some betting and try to get maximum value here. And unfortunately for Cheryl, a great flop, but Sonia not having any part of it. Sonia here at the button, first act, queen 8 suited. Looks like she's just going to make the call this time. Cheryl checking her option, queen 4. Queen could be a disaster, and right there at the window, there it is, queen 4 though. 2 pair for Cheryl. Sonia reaching for chips. She's going to need an 8 or running diamonds or a jack to counterfeit Cheryl's 2 pair here. You can see the chips get in the middle here. Cheryl, although she's been checking to let her opponent bet, she's been ripping it back over the top, and that's exactly what she does. Sonia looks back at this board here. Top pair, pretty strong, heads up. Doesn't want to let it go. And she says call. So Sonia going to be at risk here. Both players getting it in on this queen jack 4 flop. Cheryl with queen 4 flopping 2 pairs. Sonia queen 8. Sonia needing to stay alive here by catching an 8 or a counterfeit jack. Anything bigger than a 4 on the turn will give her some additional outs here on this river. Otherwise, this could be it. As dealer Paul checks out the chip stacks, making sure, yeah, he does hand chips back. I believe he's handing chips back there for, yeah, not many. Like I said, these players were almost identical stacks. Only a 30,000 chip difference between the two, less than a big blind, and here we go. Queen 4. Look at that, pace the queen 8, needing an 8 or a jack for Sonia. 6 on the turn, now a 8, jack, or 6. 7 on the river does not do it, and we have our winner of the $1,000 guaranteed ladies tournament, Miss Cheryl, who played just exceptional poker on getting maximum value out of her hands. But first, big congratulations to Sonia, who had a big stack for the most of this final table with her aggressive play style and outplaying a lot of the opponents on the flop. And a couple big calls and a couple big bets from her to get her all the way down to this second place prize of over $650. So big turnout, big prize pool and big poker here at Poker House Fort Worth tonight on this Wednesday night. Unprecedented play there by Cheryl. Congratulations to her, getting that almost $1,000 first place prize, $980 headed her way, plus that trophy. Keep an eye out on Facebook for the photos of all of our winners. And again, thanks to each one of these ladies who came out and played in this tournament. It was a big unexpected turnout, I will say, and didn't expect to have so many people enjoy the ladies tournament, and it was an absolute blast to be a part of. I want to thank each and every person that did come out, anybody that has tuned in, that has watched this the whole way through to see exactly Miss Cheryl taking this one home. And we'll get these pictures up on Facebook of everybody. And like I said, again, a long day. I'm exhausted. I'm sure all of you are exhausted. And if you're watching this back on a replay, be sure and take a look at the Facebook to see the pictures again of the winners, and keep an eye out on there for, we're going to do this tournament again, and it's not going to be too far into the future. So ladies, come back. It's going to be just as much fun. And if you didn't make it this time, like I said, keep an eye out for all the things we have coming up here at Poker House Fort Worth. My name is Reese. Thanks for tuning in on Facebook and YouTube. And like I said, what a Wednesday night. 3 cash tables with DJ's game we had stream earlier, 3 tournament tables, and the week's halfway over. Still got plenty of stuff coming up this week. Our Thursday night, we have our free rolls every day at noon for the rest of this week. We have the Build-A-Stack tournament coming up this Saturday. Can't wait to see how that one turns out. It's going to be a lot of fun, sort of a different tournament we're doing here. But the biggest thing is this ladies tournament on this Wednesday night. We're going to do it again. So stay tuned to Facebook to see when we're going to make that happen. Appreciate everyone tuning in, and hope to see each and every single one of you here at Poker House Fort Worth. Congratulations again to these ladies. Congratulations to Cheryl and Sonia for a fantastic tournament, and cannot wait for the next one. We do appreciate everybody, and we'll see you here for the next one.